Hello and welcome back to another video of East Coast Karting. Today we're visiting a track in Edinburgh. It goes by the name Xtreme Karting. There's banked corners and spiraled downhills, and this caused a bit of accidents during these races, but let's get into the video. So as we headed to the pits for the first time at Xtreme Karting, they have this thing where you have to have a warm-up lap at the track. They limit your speed for the first lap, which is quite frustrating, but it kind of did help so I can get used to the track and stuff. But I was really excited to be at this track, as you can hear in the background, me getting excited. Because this track is the craziest track I've been to by far. As banked corners and even spiral downhills, which is that is just crazy. But we're behind my dad here in the warm-up lap. This is crazy. So as the warm-up lap comes to an end, I go past my dad. It looks like he was letting me through, or it was slow, but he thought we had to wait in the grid for some reason. But go past this person here, and this track was absolute, like, I couldn't believe it. But in full speed, it's definitely more crazy. I'm not hitting the boost button yet because try to get used to the track first. I don't want to hit the boost and crash in the first lap like I done at Team Sport Preston. If you know, you know. A bit slidey in the first couple laps, but as the tyres warm up, you get more grip, and that's quite obvious. But come up here, try to keep it nice and inside, but it's a bit too slippy still. Try to go around the outside this guy, but he's clearly not letting me pass. But as we come down the ramp here, it's like racing somebody in a mobility scooter. But we managed to get around the outside of him here, coming round past the pits, and we're off again. But there's a yellow flag stopping us here, and they also limit the kart speed in the yellow flags as well, which I do understand, but it's still quite annoying. That's so slidey. Catch ups with some people here. We tried to go around the outside of this guy here and managed to do so, and catch up to this other guy here in the orange suit, which I believe is my cousin, which came with us as well. Managed to get around the inside of her here. I don't know if she was letting me past or not, but that's what she said she was doing. Started to catch up to a big pack of people here, slide around the inside this guy, so I start to catch up to these people. Go right round the outside of this guy, which was quite clean, and try to do the same with this guy, and we get bumped quite a bit, but I would say that's kind of my fault because I didn't give him much room. But we catch up to my uncle here, and he's been to this track before, and this was my first time in the track, so I was kind of behind him for a couple of laps, which was quite good just to see how he drives as well. But it was very slidey here because my tyres weren't properly warmed up yet, which was quite surprising because we've already been racing for 5 minutes. But come up the ramp here, and it looks like my uncle hits the boost up here, and I didn't because I thought I was going to hit him. But oh well. Take it nice and tight here. Slowly start to catch up to him. Sliding a bit, going down the hill again. Hit the boost here, which was quite annoying because I had to brake because he didn't hit the boost. Which I shouldn't have hit the boost there anyways. But I catch right up to the back of him here. I thought I was maybe going to get him in the ramp, but he pressed the boost and I'd already used my boost, which was quite stupid. Catch up to a lot of back markers here and just slide past my Uncle Gavin here and another person, and there's a lot of traffic here. We navigate around this guy and try and get past the rest of the people. Go around the outside of this person I think was letting us past, and a yellow flag again. Let's go green, and I go around this guy and past another person. Go right round outside this guy. There's a lot of outside overtake here, and press my boost going up the hill. And if you look closely, as we come up that hill, and I have my boost, I go out my cart. Like, I'm not kidding. I went flying out my chair every time I pressed the boost up that hill, which was quite funny and quite scary at the same time. But try to get past the rest of these back markers to get a clean lap. Get round outside this guy. That was quite a close move. I thought he was going to hit me after I went round the outside, because then I was on the inside. But I managed to do that safely. Watch, I hit my boost here, go flying out my chair to go round this corner. I'm sliding quite a lot round that corner. The first couple sessions, but I get better. Finally catch up to some people here, which is quite annoying because I thought I'd had a good lap here. Going on the outside, and that was basically the end of that session there. That was the last lap, and this is the final lap here. And after this, it's going to be checkers to finish off session 1. I was a bit frustrated at the end of this session because, this sounds a bit bad, but I was quite annoyed because I wasn't first. But I knew I could get a really good time here because I was quite good at the track, but I just couldn't get one clean lap the first 2 sessions. But the third session, that's a different story, which you'll see when it comes up. And that was the end of session 1. And if you ask me, that track is like the coolest track. It is definitely extreme. I know where it gets its name from, but I wish there was maybe a wee bit less people on the track, because it is a bit busy. But it's definitely fun if you get a clean lap. I'm definitely going up the hill with a boost, which I think is quite crazy. We head out the carts to back out the pits for session, well, we wait for session 2. Here we go, guys. So after we skip the boring warm-up lap, we start our first lap of the second session, hoping to get some clean laps, to get some good laps in. But that session was pretty busy as well. There was definitely more crashes here. As you can see, I'm sliding about all over the place because we're just on, and a lot of these karts don't get used, so, well, don't get used every session, so you need to warm up the tyres quite a lot. And we come up here and almost crash into the barrier because how slippy it is, but catch up to a guy in front of us, well, a lot of guys in front of us. I was kind of stuck behind them. I didn't want to go around the inside of them just in case I give them a fright and they crashed into me. But we get past them people, well, one of them peoples. And that's my uncle in front of us, I think. I tried to go around the outside, but somebody in front of my uncle slammed in the brakes, and my uncle hit them and I hit them too. But after the yellow flag, we're stuck behind so much traffic, like I mean so much, and I'm sitting bumping this guy from behind because how slow he's going, but make our way past somebody, and my dad makes the best move in history. Like, that was like the best move ever. He gets past like 3 people and he just hits the boost, hoping he doesn't hit anybody. And as we come round this corner, I follow my dad round the outside of this guy, and my dad is pointing at something, which I really don't care what he's pointing at, but he's trying to signal me. I don't know if he was signaling to go past so he can follow my lines or something, but I didn't know what he was talking about. So he tries to get me to come over on the outside, which doesn't really work, and is getting blocked off by the people in front of him. A lot of bumping going happening around the neck corners. My dad has the boost there, which was a big mistake, and it just slides. So I managed to get around the inside of him here and catch up to some other karts in front of me. I attempted to go around the outside here, but there was not enough room, so I just left it. I make a move around the outside, which then turns into the inside of this corner, and I slide past and manage to get around the outside of this other person here, and it's yellow flag again because there's crashes constantly here, and this guy that crashed decides to reverse into me, which was a bit crazy of him, but goes back to greens, and I'm behind my cousin here, kind of holding me up a wee bit, which she doesn't go karting a lot, but I almost hit this guy getting around the spiral downhill. He was sitting reversing into me again, which was the second guy that's tried to do that, which was quite scary, but get past them after the yellow flag and catch up to another guy, which this guy wasn't that slow. He was probably, in the first session he was probably just as fast as me because I was quite slow, but after that I've just got way faster than everybody and get past him quite easy because he was sliding about. start to catch up to a park in front of us, slide down the inside this guy, try to go round the outside this guy, but not enough speed. But I make a move stick round the outside of that bank corner. As we come around this left-right section, we're just going to ignore that there's a guy just parked right in the middle of it. And we start to catch up to some other people. And as you can tell, these are quite busy sessions. And there's a yellow flag once again. After that yellow flag, catch up to about 5 drivers. Stuck behind this guy. Try to go on the outside, but he blocks me off. A bit frustrated from that because somebody else managed to get past me, but I make up for it and get around the inside and start to catch up to the rest of them again. And as we come down here, there's another driver parked right in the middle of the ramp, and that is not my dad, by the way. He has the same suit, but it's not my dad. Lights go green again. Try to make our way around the outside of these people, but that doesn't really work. Get around the inside here, and I get a big nudge for somebody, and that results in another yellow flag. That woman was picking up the end of the session sign to go into the pits, but we didn't see the checkered flag, so I just went anyways. And this here is the end of the session, and we make our way to the pits. And that there is the end of session 2 Extreme Karting, and we've got another 2 sessions after this, and the 3rd session went way more successful than the first 2 because I couldn't get a clean lap in the first 2. And that's me signalling to my uncle that he came first. He came in front of me because he must have got a clean lap and I didn't, because my times were way more quicker in the 3rd session. But we head back out, and after a short time we're back in the karts again for session 3. And we start off session 3 right behind my dad. So we come sliding round here, try to keep it tight, but start of the sessions are very slippy, which I couldn't do anything about that anyways. So we come round here, that's me laughing because I was sliding about so much. But if you can listen closely in the background, you might hear me whistling, and I was just having a great time, to be honest. But we slowly start to catch up to my dad. He kind of has a big slide out there. He's looking behind me. He knows I'm behind him. I try looking for some room in the inside of this corner here, and I try to get past, but there's a guy in my road. But I slide around the inside of this guy again, and the guy in front of my dad is brake checking him for some reason, so they're not hitting to my dad. He managed to get round outside of him, and there's a big smash here, which was kind of my dad's fault, but the guy should have slowed down and let him past. But we all get told to come down there, and I wasn't really anything to do with that, and the women were still shouting at me. But anyways, I go past all of them, and it's time to get some quick laps in. We started to catch up to some guys here after a wee clean lap. He's boosted on the straight, which was not a good idea because I can just boost up here, which I thought about, but I didn't because there was two of them in front of me and I could have just hit them by accident, and I didn't want in trouble for the marshals because they did seem a little bit stricter than the team sport ones, but I mean, the track is crazy, so this guy slides in that corner, so I managed to just slide past him as well. We started to catch up to the guy in front of us, and we managed to do a clean switchback here. And as I come down the hill, there's another guy parked on the downhill. I swear it's like every session there's about 3 people crashed there. But I mean, if they've never been karting, it's kinda not their fault. But as you can see here, my lines are definitely getting way cleaner. And this is the session where I get my fastest lap. And I actually get in the fastest laps of the day. I got the fastest lap in the day leaderboard, which was quite cool. And if I actually had a clean session the last session, which we'll see, I definitely did not. And I apologise in advance for the last session because my camera died midway through it. Managed to get in the inside of that guy eventually, and I'm just sitting hoping for a clean lap this time because I know my lines are getting way quicker and I've figured out most of the corners, so I'm just sitting praying for a clean lap, which I did get a couple eventually. And managed to get another nice wee switchback done at that same spot that I got the other guy, and we start to catch up to this guy going up the ramp. Tried to go around the outside, but not enough room, so I end up going around the outside of this corner. I apologise there because I was bumping into him a little bit. I was quite annoyed when I made my way down here because I thought this was going to be my fastest lap, and then I had to brake at the end because the guy was going pretty slow at the finish line. But that still wasn't my quickest lap. My quickest lap is still to come. Go right round outside this guy and bust to go up the up ramp. And as we come back down to the finish line, this is my fastest lap here. So we've got the timer up. Keep it nice and wide here. A tiny bit in the brakes to slide round and get that corner nice and tight. And I was going flat out in this corner, which was going quite well. Same with this corner. Hitting the boost as we come out the corner, not halfway around it, just when we're coming out. Keep it really tight here, and going down the hill, I'm keeping my foot to the floor, well, almost foot to the floor, and we've got the finish line. And I think the fastest lap, I think it was at 36.87 or something, but I could have definitely set a faster lap than that in the last session, but that session was crazy. So that was the last lap there, and I'm cheering here because I got a quite fast lap compared to my last ones, and here's me singing in celebration of my victory. So we line up to go back into the pits to head out for session 4. Snuck my camera and let's go, boys. I don't know if you heard that there, but that was me saying I snuck my camera in, boys. So the final session, my camera was like just a bit dead. So, well, this is my new camera, so it's an Insta360 Go 3S, which, as you can see by the quality, it is really good. And so you get like a wee charging, well, a screen with a charging bit. So you put it in there and it charges, and you can also film from that as well. But if you want to put it in your helmet, you have to take the small bit out. So I asked the guy, can I keep it in the wee charging bit in my hand, because it's only like the size of my old GoPro. And then I said, I'll give you the charging bit, and he said, oh, I'm sorry, but you're not allowed a camera. And I was like, what? I've been filming the last 3 sessions and the guy just says there, you're not allowed a camera. And I was pretty annoyed. So, as you can see here, my boost is not working, and I was getting very frustrated. So I just took my camera back into the cafe where my mum was sitting. I put the charging bit at the table, and
Dad.
snuck my camera in my pocket. And this is, I do not know how this happened here. And this is me trying to say to my dad that my boost isn't working. He suggested going back into the pits, but I was just going to try one more lap, just in case. But I do not know how this crash happened. A 3-kart crash on the downhill. That is quite crazy. And right after that, there's another blooming crash. The guy spins and slams into my dad, and this was quite frustrating because I really wanted to get in a faster lap in the last one and get higher up the leaderboard to the fastest lap of the day, but I couldn't really do that. Hit the boost button, tried to get past a lot of these people, but they're just all bad to the upset. There's like no space to get past. But I managed to go around outside and my dad here, which then became the inside. And I was just in a mission to get past all these back markers to get a good lap in. But I do apologise that my camera died midway through it, but to be honest, this session wasn't that good. The only thing he missed is a marshal pointing at me and showing me a no contact sign to tell me to calm down. And I was about to crash out because I wasn't even doing nothing. It was everybody else that was bashing into me. And that there's my dad just slid past me quite sneakily. And he burst down there. And I've hit my boost again to see if it works, and it actually did work, so I boosted it a bit too late, and I couldn't really get the entry to that banked corner. But I'm catching back up to my dad again. I'm sliding about, I'm really getting frustrated, and at this point I was getting so annoyed I just couldn't get a good lap. Get a way better entry and exit to the past corners, and I managed to get around the inside of my dad here and boost away from him. Started to catch up to some other back markers and I accidentally slam into them. They were genuinely brake checking me at this point. I slide around the inside of one of them and make my way around the outside of the other, which hit me into the barrier, which was a bit annoying, but I don't think he meant it. I hit the boost here, managed to go around the outside, but it worked, but then there was a yellow flag. And something big happened back there, because there was a big massive bang, and I was quite confused. And that was when my camera died. And that was the end of the 4 sessions. Make sure to like and subscribe. It would really help. I hope you enjoyed the video, because I really thought that track was quite crazy. And I'll see you next video.